Ready. Okay. Hello, welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we move away from awareness towards action. It is Relationship Monday, and our topic for today is build with me or meet me there. Are we still struggling for love? We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from the drive F5 with Roman. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. On the last episode of Warriors Talk, I discussed my new book, which is Take Charge of Cancer, a guided journal for faith, healing, and empowerment. You can head over to YouTube and type in Intellectual Radio and stay connected for any episodes you may have missed. The quote of the day is: there's nothing wrong with having standards. Just make sure they are rooted in self respect and not survival. Warriors Talk is excited about our ninth annual Survivor Celebration and Reflection Gala. It is taking place on October the 18th at the Crystal Sky Banquet Hall, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in McCook, Illinois. This is our biggest event of the year, and we are coming together to honor cancer survivors, support warriors who are in battle, and reflect on the strength, the hope, and the faith that has carried us through the fight. Tickets will go on sale soon, so make sure you hit up warriorstalk.org for more information. If you are tuned in on any form of social media, like the show, share the show, and invite someone else in on the show that you feel may benefit from this valuable information. We are so grateful for our sponsor on today. We have Pastor Michael Richardson with the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ, who has a special message for us.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
We're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at Emmanuel Kojic at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at Emmanuel Kojic-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson. And we're from the Emmanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
Co-hosting with me today is my bold and unfiltered cancer activist, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Gal Foundation, Rizal Gilmore, aka The Biz. Hey, Rizal.
Hey, Lady Rochelle.
What's up?
Hey, every time we do these shows, I just think about the time that goes by. Here we are, it's July. I keep telling you that tomorrow we'll be saying Happy New Year's.
It seemed like this time has went so fast, but I'm excited because I'm enjoying this nice weather that we're having today. We've been in the 80s lately, so I'm excited about that.
How long is that going to last?
Maybe a couple of more days. Chicago, it could be snowing tomorrow.
Yeah, y'all have a blizzard next week.
Exactly. You know how that could be. I'm excited about this topic today. It's, we may step on some toes as it relates to this topic, but I think that some good conversation can come of it. Build with me or meet me there. Are we still doing struggle love? Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. When I think about struggling with love, I think about that's something that I probably want to stay away from. And some people say, you may not have that stand power, but it's like, right now I don't have the energy.
Well, I guess we first need to try to identify what is struggle love.
When I think about struggle love, I think about two people coming together. They may not even be equally yoked, and there are some obstacles that are in the way that is causing them to maybe have friction. It's almost like they're forcing each other or forcing
Okay.
themselves to be together. That's what I think about when I think about struggle love.
they're struggling to love each other and really like just get through the do's and don'ts and what could be best and for each other and for this that for that relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it.
So I wanted to talk about some things of how you know that you're in a relationship to where you're either going to build with that person or you're going to meet them once they get to where you want them to be. And number one, avoid unnecessary stress, I would say. So
No, but it's hard. Go ahead, give your definition.
I'm thinking about financial instability, which can lead to anxiety, which actually spills over into the relationship. That's something that's really unnecessary stress. I figure like if you're not really ready financially, especially if you have these expectations of, I want to go out on a date, or you set false expectations and this person think that you have some things and you don't, and you try to move forward in the relationship and it becomes stressful for you because as you're planning dates, you're like, man, I got to save up this money, or maybe I got to DoorDash to get this money because this person is expecting XYZ. So it could be unnecessary stress that we put on ourselves.
Yeah, when I look at avoid unnecessary stress, I see a lot of different things that can happen. Even though we try to avoid it, especially if the relationship is new, there's going to be some things that this person does that you're not going to like. And you're going to stress yourself out about it because they're not doing it the way that you want it done, or the way it should have been did, or and it's going to stress you out. It's unnecessary. This is where, like, okay, so he does it this way, you know, maybe talk about your way, and then y'all both can choose which way is the best way for y'all to, cooperate and comprehend each other in that situation when it happens. So a lot of people bring a lot of unnecessary stress upon themselves. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's two different worlds coming together. So you're not expecting everything to run smooth. And I think, like you said, talking about it, communicating expectations, and, this is what I'm bringing to the table. This is what I'm used to. So the person can have an idea and they're not walking into something, that's unrealistic. Number two, arguments about money. This can be a really big one. Money, we know money issues are sometimes we say the leading cause of conflict and breakup in a relationship. I think it's at the top. It may not be the number one, but I believe that it could be at the top.
It definitely is. Um, ooh, this one too can go so many ways because you could have a good man who is taking care of everything, and then with these jobs, you never know at the switch of a switch, different something can happen, and if you lose that job and where you was up here, you now feeling like you're down here, and that's when your partner is supposed to step in and say, hey, look, you've been holding it down for a while, let me step in and I'll take over. There should never be any arguments if you got a solid partner when it comes to money. She know or he know how much you're bringing, how much you're bringing in. The thing is for y'all to better each other, strive for better jobs, more, to make more money so you can live the life that you want to live comfortably.
I agree. Being honest with each other about the money, not really hiding. Some people hide a stash, and I think it's okay to have some money put to the side for a rainy day or for something that you may be saving for. I'm okay with, each person having their own money and then us having a joint account to where maybe the bills come out of that account or we have a vacation fund. But I'm okay with, having your own stash to do your own things. You may want to go get your hair cut. You may want to go get the lady may want to get her nails done, her toes done. So having that stash to do those things, and it's not coming out of the bill money. Just being realistic with each other, talking about what it is that you expect, and where you're trying to get to as it relates to money, because you need to account for every penny that's coming in the household and that's going out the household.
Right. And then y'all two know what goals of what you're trying to reach. And hopefully you set a plan in place on trying to get there and how much, you've calculated how much money it's going to take with the bills being paid. And again, there shouldn't be any arguments about money. Well, you ain't excessively spending and hiding stuff, knowing that this got to be paid. And I mean, that's when it starts to, because sometimes a lot of women and men, they think that their partner has money and, oh, you got it, I'm not going to worry about it, and now you got to try to cover ends. Then arguments can set in and begin. But you got a solid partner, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I totally agree. Just be transparent, be upfront and honest, so that everybody know where they stand. So nobody would be overspending and go and buying something expensive. I got this Birkin bag, and you looking like, really? I thought we were saving for a vacation, or we're saving for our children's college funds. You out here walking around with this purse with no money in it. So yeah. Dependence can breed resentment. So relying on your partner financially too much can create like an imbalance between each other. And it can also lead to a person feeling guilty, or you feeling like that other person have control of the money because they are reminding you or saying something about like how much you're spending, and for you not to spend as much.
Oh, absolutely. I'm quite sure as time goes on, if you're dependent and you don't have it at that time, I'm pretty sure that partner is probably throwing something up in your face. I pay the bills in the house. I paid for this house, or I paid for dinner, or there is something going on that they are trying to belittle you because at that moment they're here and you're still here. So that definitely can make you feel some type of way and cause some arguments, some resentment, a whole lot of things. Best thing I could say is reset, regather, and get on your game.
And get on the same page. I mean, you guys should be on the same page. So that's where that communication come in, at you both writing down goals of where we want to be financially, and be realistic about where you are, because you may have goals about where you want to be, he may have goals about where he wants to be, and then we have goals as one of where we're trying to get to, and each person needs to be on board with the goals and not breed resentment. And then if you have resentment, then we should be addressing what those resentments are and why.
Yeah, because by that time they probably calling you a bum blankety blank. So now you really about to set it off up in there. Oh, you wasn't saying that when I was taking you out to dinner and blah blah blah. Ooh, girl, don't get me started.
Then you have to hide packages. Oh, I'm hiding these packages at my mom's house, at my girlfriend's house. You're hiding them in the trunk because you don't want him to see you with the packages. You bringing stuff out really slowly, and for him not to notice that you shopping. You done got one of those boxes for Amazon, so it's not even coming to the house. So he don't get to see see it. But it's dishonest, and it does breed resentment.
Deception.
That, yes, deception. So, I mean, being honest so that you both can get ahead and be where you want to be. Number 4, when it comes to build with me or meet me there, limited experiences.
Ooh.
I think financially people have limited experience. Just dating period, as it relates to money and putting your monies together can sometimes cause friction.
Right. I think this may be the point of the show where we may break some hearts and hurt some feelings with this one. Sorry to say. Limited experiences. So let me start by saying touched if you haven't touched $100,000 in your life or seen it in your account, you're not going to know how to act or be when it comes to it being with you. See, what people have to understand that obtaining money is like a mastery. You attract it. You attract what you are. You attract money. So if you haven't been in certain situations and you're unfamiliar with how to handle them, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow that chance. You're going to blow the attraction. It's not going to come for you anymore. If you haven't visited other countries or other cultures or other things, experience different things, you're not going to know how to be, because all you're going to see is like, wow, you're just living the life. And no, I'm building this life. It takes time, it's so you have to be exposed. That's the word. You had to be exposed to certain things, people, money, to unlimit your limited experiences.
I like that. I think about people who win the lottery, and they say most people who do win millions in the lottery, they end up being broke like a couple of years after that. And it's like, how? Like, what are you doing with all this money? I know the government is going to take their half, but they end up being broke.
Because they go, and I don't blame them. I mean, hey, they want a nice house. Understandable. You've been living where you've been living all this time. I understand. That's just like I when I moved here to where I'm at, all I seen was white walls. I got tired of white walls. Guess what? I splashed color everywhere because I was limited to certain things of what I can do. And then once I was unlimited, I expressed myself totally.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the money to do those things, you can express yourself. You're not limited. I think we limit ourselves a lot. Again, like you said, just by what we see, what we don't see, what we experience, and what we limit ourselves in experiencing. And
Yeah. Instead of buying the one house, try to go for two houses, honestly, because the mortgage on the second house that you're going to rent out can pay the first house. Guy told me this. And it's me. He said, for everything that you own, you should have some type of business or a house or something that's paying for it. It should never come out of your pocket. And so many people always say, like, I'm going to show you how to make money without using your money, and so on and so on. It should be in your business. And they are true. I've been doing it for over 20 years. It is true.
I've heard that before. It makes a lot of sense. Number 5, can't focus on building. Oh, you don't have no money. Your finances are all over the place. How can you focus on building?
Why are you so distracted? Because they keep calling you a bum. Beep, beep. Is that the reason why? I mean, do we still focus on the argument? Why can't you focus on build? This is where I said you got to reset, reprogram yourself. You got to rethink things. You got to look at, I don't know, what inspiration that you're going to need to try to get you on a road or a journey where you need to go. Sometimes it's the hardest things in life that you have to face, or you think that you're facing something hard. But that hard thing that you're facing is really the turning point of you getting through it so you can go to the next level. Like, trust me, it was hard going through what I went through. But if I didn't go through what I went through, dealing with my wife, dealing with kids, everything, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. I wouldn't know any of these things that I know, because those things were turning points in my lives that got me to where I am today. So I am grateful. I open them with open arms. Would I want to go through it again? No, but I understand the process and the progress that I've had.
You can't focus because you're in survival mode and you're not able to build like a healthy connection with that person. So sometimes life experiences causes you to be in that survival mode if you don't
Mm-hmm.
really learn, if you don't learn from it, and then you bring that over into your relationship, that baggage, that unhealthy financial baggage into that relationship, and it's impossible to build a healthy connection because you don't know how.
Ooh, true story.
Go ahead.
Know a young lady. She had money. Her and her husband divorced, and the husband had to buy her out from the house, and she got about over a hundred grand. Yeah, she got over 100 grand. And I told her, like, look, just take like 10,000, invest that. Let's invest that into the stock market. Let it build. Markets are designed to go up. So when that rainy point comes in time, if you know you run low on money, you got money still building. Your money is making money for you. It went ahead. So she met this guy, new guy. The new guy thought she had money because she was buying cars, she was doing this, she was doing that, and he had a good job. And she thought that he had money. So they got together. Now they're engaged. And now, come to find out, the guy is $60,000 in debt and she's broke. And now they are fighting and arguing like, I don't know what. They don't know what to do. She's asking me. I'm like, hey, that's your relationship. Mm-mm. My name Bennett, and I ain't getting it. So now it's like, what do they do? She's fighting hard to keep them. It's just a whole mess. Whole mess.
Wow. I think a lot of times when we look at people, especially like on social media, and we see how people post all these things, not really looking at how they got them. Some people can be renting stuff and taking it back to the store, making themselves look one way, and not just being. Again, we need to make sure that we take the time to assess a person's situation first before we just dive head on into it thinking that, oh well, this is going to be a come up for me, or oh, we're the power couple because I got this and they got that. If you sit back and watch a person, their lifestyle will kind of tell you if they have it or not. I
And
seen.
don't just go assuming that they have money or they're at the top of their game or anything. You just keep building you and maintaining what you got going on so you can keep climbing that ladder to the next level. Now, if they're there with you and taking them steps with you and they are what they are, then you can say that we're doing this together. But just don't come in with the thought process that, oh, he got money, he gonna take care of me, or she gonna take care of me. No, that's where you're wrong. No, 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 not in my house.
You guys, we are live on Intellectual Radio and we're talking about build with me or meet me there. Are we still struggling? Are we still struggling when it comes to love, especially financially? Are we still struggling? And result, we are on number 6, and this is red flags may be ignored. Sometimes we ignore red flags when it comes to financial desperation. Our judgment gets clouded, and we overlook to see if we're really seriously compatible.
Right. Because we ain't looking for love anymore. We're looking for help. And that's the problem. We're looking for help. The first thing, and it's crazy, women are not even waiting. I can only speak from my point of view. Women are not even waiting. 4 days in, they're saying, "Can you help me with something, with anything, a bill, a bill?" What was you doing before? Is this? It's becoming like their job to keep running into dudes, and trying to get money from them to help with their bill. No, that's just. It's almost like you out there just prostituting yourself. Because now you slept with this man. If you slept with this man, you make him feel obligated that he got to help you because you gave it up. Nah, nope. I don't want nothing from you. There's nothing. If you at that point, there's nothing that you can do for me. We're not on the same level. You got to get yourself together, go out there. Now, I can show you and tell you some couple things, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do. You want to be like that forever and keep doing what you're doing, or you want to try to change your life. That's really it.
That's scary. That is really scary. Like I wouldn't even have the nerve to be like a couple days in, be like, can you pay this bill? Like I wouldn't be. My pride wouldn't even allow me to do that.
No,
Like it would.
I am not kidding you. I wish Cadillac was the Cadillac would attest to what I'm saying if he was here. I'm telling you,
I'm sure he would.
it's ridiculous. I like this what makes it very hard to take because it's almost the point you're coming in with a wall because you just waiting for that question to come like, okay, when she gonna ask for it? When she gonna ask for some money? You just got to keep, kind of just there. I'm like, I know it's coming any day now. Like it's just too soon, especially if she think you got money.
Wow. Wow. That's I don't know. I don't know what kind of women those are these days. I I don't know if it's my generation or not.
Look, we might have to do an undercover operation because you are a non-believer over there,
I
and
don't know what these
I'm
women are.
I'm going to bring you to the promised land and show you exactly what I'm talking about. That it's more than rough out there. It's just ridiculous. It is not the days of the time where you look at a female and say, "Ooh, I think I can love her and love her for the rest of my life," and I would nourish and take care of that. Nope, not anymore.
I don't
Them days are
where are these women?
long gone.
Where are these women who are doing this? I don't know. I don't know any women like that. Like the
It's these young girls because they saw their mama doing it.
I guess.
And I've seen them. I got a cousin now who was out there. Her daughters now is out there. They turning tricks because they saw their mama doing it.
That's scary. It really is. I think this may go with number 7. You may settle. If you are struggling financially, you may date someone just for financial stability and it's not really a genuine connection. But like you said, for help. How can this person help me, get the things that I need, nor I want, may not necessarily need.
Yeah. Until the next one come along who you think he got more money than the one who you thought that got money, and then you moving on. So now I'm looking stupid because I didn't pay this bill and thought that you cared about me. And really now we just arguing, we breaking up, and you on your way to the next.
Wow.
You can say you can call me bro, you can say what you want to say, but guess what? I'm the one with the money, not you.
Yeah, I really don't know where any of these women that Rizal is talking about because
And look at number 8.
number 8, no
No
room for.
room for generosity. Number 8.
Mm. And this one, it's about you may feel ashamed that you can't spoil your partner in return, that they're spoiling you, but you don't have any money because y'all not financially yoked. So you're not able to do the things that you would like to do for your partner.
But if it's truly love, that partner will understand and that when the right time is there, you're going to do what you can. Whether it's the smallest contribution to whatever or the smallest thing, you're going to do what you can. Even if it's just buying them flowers, say, hey, I thought about you today. Hell, wake them up and send them an emoji with flowers. Can't afford it. It's simple. I think we talked about on the show, like simple things that you can do without spending a whole lot of money. Y'all better
Yeah.
listen to us and go back and rewind these shows and rewatch them. We trying to save your relationship, trying to save your life.
I think you have to set the tone in your relationship. So at the beginning of a relationship, you have to be really intentional and strategic about how you're going to move forward. So if you set the tone and the first date is going to be, you rent this elaborate car, you going to this 5-star restaurant, you brought her some diamond earrings. When that second date come around, guess what she gonna be expecting? She gonna be expecting you to top what you just did. So be realistic. If you got to go on a coffee date, okay, that first date be a coffee date. You need to talk and get to know each other. It shouldn't be something really elaborate when you're just getting to know that person.
That's right,
That's
because
just
their
me.
intentions is not going to be right. I told you in my early years, I used to tell them that I was the garbage man. You don't want me coming home stinky and not making no money. Even though garbage men, as Biggie
They
Small
make good
said,
money.
garbage men got paid.
My dad was a garbage man. He got paid. My
He
mom,
got
my
paid.
mom never worked, and she living off his pension right now.
The,
Yes,
the title may not be, so alluring to a lot
right.
of females, but guess what? That's your stupidity about not knowing, what they get paid
Yeah,
whatever the fact, because you looking for somebody with a high qualified job, like, oh, doctor, oh, ching ching, I can see the dollar signs in the eyes. But you say garbage man, okay, yeah, whatever. No, thank you.
that's true. Sometimes women can be superficial.
Absolutely. Because don't y'all say that men we're the hunters and we're attracted physically? The women, y'all, y'all are attracted monetarily
Mhm.
with monetary.
It reminds me of the show Pop the Balloon, and how sometimes I've noticed that we do say men are visual, but when the men come out, the women right away go to what they're wearing and how they look, and they equate that with maybe if they have money or whatever. So sometimes women can be, I guess, in that area when it comes to the outer appearance. We can be visual, thinking that oh well, maybe because they don't have on Jordans, and you know the clothes that they're wearing is not really name brand, some high name brand or high end, that they may not have money.
Yep. And nowadays a lot of this stuff ain't real anyway. So they really getting catfished anyway. So look,
Mhm.
that man that's in that Walmart outfit, that man was thinking he don't need to spend a whole lot of money out there to look good. I'm quite sure his closet. And really, can any of y'all tell Giorgio Armani suit from a Hugo Boss suit? They both are nice suits. You really have to be a fashionista and out there to know what you're looking for. So if I walk through there with either one of them, are you really going to know, or you think it's going to come from Paul's login uh, cab or cabin or something that I got the suit? You're not going to know because you haven't been exposed to those type of things. You're not going to know. So I could be standing there with a Giorgio Armani suit and you're not even know. You're like, oh, nice suit. Thank you. Thank you.
Number 9, postpones personal growth. Your dating is actually distracting you from growing financially. You're not financially disciplined when it comes to dating, so you're not able to grow in that area.
Because all your concentration is trying to make this person happy and you're losing yourself in the whole equation.
And for that reason, I say you should not be dating at that point. You should wait until you get yourself financially situated.
hmm Because females love to know that they got you around their little finger. And once they know that you're around that finger, boy, you just start to lose everything. You lose your mind. Oh, and don't let them just give you a taste. Forget about it. It's over. Mm,
She can come get the whole check.
yeah. How much you need again? Your check be 700 every week, but somehow you squeezing out 3,000. Where you getting this money from? You giving up everything.
Wow.
She up there locked, joining and all.
Oh, gee. Oh, wait. Okay. And the next point, number 10. Potential for codependency. So one partner may be giving or overcompensating, what you just said, overcompensating for the other person to make up for the lack because the other person doesn't have it. So it's like one-sided, really, which could be tiring.
Right. And I know they got it somewhere like, I can do better than you. Let me go find somebody else that's going to be equal, to what I got going on or better. Like I said, as a man, you should make the female better. You should teach her something that she didn't know, or coming into the relationship that's going to help her get to where you're going, and mesh those ideas and those visions. You know what the Bible says? Without vision, my people will perish. And we are perishing because they ain't got no vision out here. They don't see nothing but the ratchetness out here in these streets. The shenanigans. Oh my God.
So a lot going on. Number 11 says delay in long-term planning. You cannot plan for marriage. You can't even discuss it, children, buying a home, because your finances, your money is unstable.
Yeah, how can you? You're too busy fighting about not having the money. So long-term planning, you won't be planning by yourself. That's going to be the best thing you can do. Plan your out plan. How you going to get out?
Wow. My exit strategy.
There you go. Stage right.
Number 12, lack of focus. Did we go over this?
We had that. Yeah, we had that one.
Yeah. Your attention is going to be split between.
That was like number 2.
Okay. Number 13. Ooh, the risk of being manipulated. Manipulation. So somebody knows that you're broke, then they're going to try to take control or advantage of you because you don't have any money. So you be turning tricks and doing all kind of things just for that person to get you stuff.
Right. You like that person who didn't drive to the party, but you ready to go, but you can't because you rode with the other person, and now you stuck there, and you gotta wait until they ready to go. Yeah, that's the manipulation. That's you in the passenger seat.
That's funny. That's a good analogy. Hilarious. Number 14, it says shame or embarrassment. Um, you're constantly explaining or hiding your financial situation, which leads to you being insecure, and you start to take it out on the other person.
I definitely could see that happen. It's not the right thing to do, but I definitely can see that happening because you get frustrated. It's not happening fast enough for you. You don't know where it's going to come from. You don't know when the last, check is going to stop, or whatever the case. And yeah, and especially if your partner is not really making it easy because they're on your butt about what you're not doing, and you're trying so hard to make it happen. Yeah, you're going to feel embarrassed. You're going to feel shame. And you should never make your partner feel like that, no matter the circumstances of what y'all are dealing with or going through, unless they just are beep, beep.
Yeah, you know what? I went through this in my marriage. Just, having to, I would say, carry the load, and us being unequally yoked financially, and me complaining because I was tired of carrying the load and tired of fussing. It became embarrassing to like my people because they were looking at me like, girl, like seriously, like why are you dealing with this? Like what's going on with you? And I remember just covering him at one point and just kind of like hiding what we were going through in hopes that he would live up to what he was supposed to do. And I think it took from him to really grow up to see, what was happening, because he couldn't see it at the time because he wasn't mature enough.
Well, I applaud you for being a wonderful wife and holding him down during that time when you did.
I don't know yet. At the time, it was not pretty. Number 15, miss financial goals. Oh, this one right here. So you may delay paying off debt or even saving because the relationship brings on like extra expenses because, you may be spending over your limit because this person is expecting you to do certain things. And so your goals that you have in mind, you can't even stick by them.
Fix yourself first. Work on you. You just dragging dead weight along if you missing your financial goals or what you set out for from the very beginning of from the relationship, and probably not even the relationship. You had these goals to open that salon before you met him. Then you met him and it just went all out the window.
It's true.
Every girl dream of something that they want to do, whether salon or their own bakery or whatever business they want to do, or be a ballerina. They said then it's like they meet the dude and everything just it just disappears. It just vanishes.
Mm. I want to hop over really quick and talk about why you should date someone, even if you're not financially ready. And number one is love isn't just about money. Sometimes you know, the emotional connection. What about the loyalty? What about like, our shared dreams? And it's more than just a bank account.
Shouldn't be based on just a bank account. Like you said, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? It's like love is having a hard time to exist these days.
What
I don't
about
know what they're calling it, but
what about you growing together? Like the two of you growing together, you're supporting each other through like the difficult times. You both are educating yourselves financially, taking classes, sitting down, going over the finances.
mm, well, I think when you're in your 20s and 30s, that doesn't even exist. But when you get to your 40s, it's like you open it, you kind of glance and look over at the book. Then you hit your 50s and like you open the book and you turn to the introduction, like, ooh, things is kind of getting there. And by the time you finally realize you 60 and like, look, I need somebody to wipe my butt for about the next 12 years.
I
What's
can't.
going on? So now you're out there desperate trying to find
I
a butt wiper
cannot.
or somebody that's
I
going to help take
cannot.
care of you
I
when you should have been
can't.
building that long time ago. Ain't nobody gonna sit there and feed you soup now and do all these different things unless you had that investment long time ago. Otherwise, you just a bum. Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah, that's the next one. Waiting may lead to loneliness. So you are totally true. Some people be looking for hospice wives. That's what they call it. You could be a hospice wife.
Just waiting for them to go.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to clean them. You can hire somebody to do that for you.
And it's so sad because that actually just recently happened. My cousin, and he was a sheriff's officer, and
Uh-huh.
I don't even know why he married this woman, but they didn't get along for anything. They had kids together. The kids don't even they got out the house early, and she was just waiting. He had both his legs amputated, and he couldn't walk. She didn't take good care of him for anything, just waiting for him to die. Put him in the hospital. This is just recently. Put him in. Didn't even tell the family that she cremated him.
Oh my
That's the crazy
gosh.
part. Didn't even tell us. We thinking that we gonna come to a funeral. And matter of fact, the memorial was just June 28th or June 29th. It was just the other, like last week or whatever. It was horrible. So yeah, a lot of them, they be waiting for those. Oh, pension is coming. This is coming. Let me get rid of them because I ain't wiping. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I just want the money.
Wow.
Yeah, we need to talk about that because that was a messed up situation right there. But it was true. You really don't think that these things be happening in this world, but this world is a cruel. That's J. Cole. It's a cold-hearted world.
Wow. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna leave this question with the listeners so you guys can comment on it after the show. Are men praised for being builders while women are labeled gold diggers for expecting more upfront? Continue the conversation after the show results. Give me some words of wisdom.
Oh shoot! I know you're gonna ask me for this, and I still didn't think of nothing yet. uh, uh, all I say is make sure that if you're gonna love, be true. Make sure that you put your whole self into it. That is real love, and you're not doing it for the wrong reasons. Otherwise, it's going to be like a puzzle, and it's not going to fit. You're going to be trying to put circles and squares and triangles, and none of those shapes are going to be anything that you want out of the situation.
Perfect. I will leave you with these words of wisdom. Love should build you, not break you. If you're only laying one brick at a time, it's not a partnership, it's a project. So thank you for joining Warriors Talk right here on Intellectual Radio. Co-hosting with me today is Rizal Gilmore, aka The Biz. Warriors Talk is changing lives one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on IntellectualRadio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.